Good afternoon, everyone. About the game, I think it was a while that we are preparing that game. Let's say 2 weeks ago, we already started to have the game in our mind. Even we were focused in the Netbank Cup, in Marumo Gallant match as well. But we prepared well, mentally, physically. Of course, we played a few days ago, and now it's only regeneration for in our side. And tomorrow we are, of course, going to go deeper in terms of tactical. But my players are ready. I think there are a lot of trust, lot of confidence, a lot of unity as well. Something that talk to us, something that is with us since the beginning of the season, and we are really impatient to play these games. And you know that these kind of games are special for the players. Special for the coaches, special for the fans. You know that it's one of the biggest Classico in Africa. So you know that we are not talking about this kind of game only in South Africa. We are talking about that game in all the continent. So yeah, we are really looking forward to play that game, and I think. In the career of a player, it's always important to play this kind of games. You know, I don't say that the other games are not important, but especially that ones against Mamelodi Sundowns, against Kaizer Chiefs. You know, it's games that are expected, and that everybody is remembered. You know, we remember of that game at the end of the career. So yeah, we're impatient to play that game.
Thank you, Coach. Sibisi?
Yeah, good day, everyone. Look, I think from our side, as players, there hasn't been much, in terms of training. It's just recovery. As the coach has mentioned, we've played a few days back. So for us, it's just to be fresh for the game on Wednesday, and we are really looking forward to playing it. We've played them, I think, 3 times already now this season. We know each other well. So hopefully it's going to be a spectacle on Wednesday.
We'll now open for questions from the floor. As per norm, please, by a show of hands, identify yourselves as well as the media company you represent prior to asking your questions. Are there any questions? Yes, there's the microphone behind you. Thank you. Noted.
Garabo Pasha, freelance sports journalist. Coach, this is for you in particular. What excites you with these type of games? I mean, obviously, the fans will be expecting a couple of tricks, flicks, play, and this and that. But for you personally, what excites you?
To be honest, what exciting me, it's to keep the consistency, to keep the focus, to keep the strength, to keep the way that we are playing with the teams. With our teams. Of course, we know, I told you the expectation of this kind of game, but my players will start the game as usual, like we are using to play the games since the beginning, with the same mentality, with the same aim to, of course, to make a result and to win. And for me personally, yes, it's a game that you need to put all your efforts, all your imagination, all your creation to try to find how we can imbalance Mamelodi Sundowns. That's so. Nothing special, but of course with the same target to win, like every game.
Coach, from South Duma. We saw an incredible stat from you guys. I think you have 11 consecutive home wins. I think it's the longest record since 2001, which again speaks to the work you've done this season. Does the fact that this game is not particularly at your home play a role in how it can play out?
Yeah, first of all, the fact that is not at home, I think, is the choice of the club or the authorities. You know, when I told you that it's a Classico, it will be maybe, I don't know, 80, 90,000 people. So I think in terms of security, it's normal that it will be in a big stadiums. But other than that, in terms of records, I think we have to give credit to our player. They are really, I appreciate the competitiveness they have. They are warriors. They believe in themselves. They manage to create a solid group, unity, and I can tell you that Pirate is still playing some interesting football. It's not new, but this season we add some pace, some strength as well, and some personality, some character of the team, and I think we had the time to build that, and I just want to give them credit. And it's a big test. It's a big test for us, of course, in this kind of game, to test our strength, our personality again in that kind of game. So yeah.
Coach, you go into this game with your fans behind you and your players, good records and all of that. But let's talk about your playing personnel. As a former defensive player yourself, what do you think of the defenders that you have? I mean, you've got the likes of CMA, all the modern defenders that you have. How much of a joy comes to you that your players from defense, anyone can actually fall forward, and you've got the modern type of defenders? Just take us through your defensive structures when you go in such a game, knowing very well that you need pace, you need stability, you need common shifting and all of that.
Yeah, first of all, I have my captain next to me that is doing his job as a leader. But I have to say that I am proud as an ex-central defender. When I see them every game competing with such focus, with such quality with the ball and without the ball, it is important for us, you know, and especially the way that we are playing. Sometimes little bit risky, and they manage to have this self-control of playing the ball, you know, to find our midfielders, you know, with difficult passes. It's not easy when you want to play, like you said, some modern football and some nice football, because when you play for such big club, you cannot just throw the ball away and to play long balls. Our game is a bit more elaborated. I'm asking more for them. I know it's not easy. They have to take some risk. But so since the beginning of the season, I have to be honest and to say that I'm a lucky coach to have such brilliant defenders. And let's talk about when they don't have the ball, how brave they are. And how clever they are, you know. So for me, it's important as a coach to have some clever defenders, you know. Modern football asks you to think a little bit about the game and to understand the game plan, how we can imbalance the opponent, how we can find the free man, how we can find the third man running. So when you have such educated defenders, that are able to understand your language, it's become easier for me because I've been working in some other places, in some other countries, where unfortunately I have to go directly to the basics and not to go deep in what I am looking for in the game. So I'm very lucky to have such a top defenders.
Good afternoon, from ENCA. Coach, how significant is this match in the context of the title race?
It's I mean, it doesn't change too much for us, you know. It's why I really praise my players to be focused in our target and to go without, I say it, without any pressure, you know, to be really free in their mind and to feel strong, to feel the trust that they are doing well, and to go to compete like they did for all the other games that we played. Nothing changed. It's not because that it's Mamelodi Sundowns that it will change. Nothing changed for us. Of course, it's a Classico. We have to, of course, to elevate the level of our focus, the level of how we want to play. A little bit more focused than the other games, but but to go really without any pressure.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon.
From Sibisi Sport. Coach, your players' currency is the number of minutes they get on the playing field. How do you get to buy in from your players in terms of your rotation and how and when they get to play?
The policy of this rotation is very important in modern football for many points. The first point is to get everybody involved in our project and to have this motivation. When you feel that you are included in the project, your motivation getting higher. When you feel that you are excluded of the project, every day when you come to the work, you can feel your motivation going down. So it's what we try to do, and the players understand it very well. I'm happy about that. It's not the case in many clubs, because when you are in the bench and you are not playing, straight away you can have some bad mentalities and to kill you the atmosphere and the unity of the group. But here I'm very happy about how my players answer that policy of rotation and the policy of these impact players. And I think it helps us. It helps us because everybody is bringing in every games his stone to our building, and they're doing it well. The guys who are coming on the pitch, they're giving everything, and I hope tomorrow it will be the same. Sorry, not tomorrow, Wednesday.
Yeah, thank you, Coach. Very as well, and also for skipper as well. For you, Coach, I mean, I'm looking at the way your boys are hitting the back of the net. I look at how tight also it is at the top. How important it is to continue with this rate of scoring more than one goal a game. I mean, I listened that you're not entirely happy with the play on Saturday, but you still win 3-0. So how important with the goal difference is to do it like this? And skipper, one of the maybe the challenges for Pirates in the previous seasons was maybe in other games, especially against the so-called smaller teams, not to pick up the points. But I see the trend is different this season, because there's always the talk that that's how we win the league. So how important has been that shift to cover all the bases?
Yeah, look, I think it's been massive, it's been massive because I think, as you've mentioned, I think 2 or 3 seasons back, we we kind of struggle, you know, whenever we're playing the so-called smaller teams. And I think it's where it matters the most, because if you look at it, you know, you only get to play the so-called big guns only twice, you know, and take nothing away from them, you know. We know we have to win the so-called smaller games, you know, but as I've been playing, you know, as I've noticed, there's no longer smaller teams, you know. I think everyone is there. It's there for a reason, and they're pushing. So there's no easy games this time around. So for us, it's been a massive shift, you know, in terms of mindset, to tell us, you know, that wherever we play, because even if we play at Durban, Polokwane, or even at Orlando, you know, we always feel at home. So for us, it's just to keep on pushing and, yeah, keep on doing the job.
Yeah. About your question about finishing. Yeah, I always say that at the end of the season, every goals will be very important, especially in a very strong league like the PSL. It's why, of course, I'm very sometimes hard with my players, but let's say not hard, but I want to push them. I want to push them to be better and better in training, in the games. Of course, if I talk to you about the game of Marumo, of course we scored 3 goals, but everybody will think that the coach, yeah, what do you want? What do he want? He want to score how many goals? 3 goals, it's good, yes, but my job, it's not only to be to have the satisfaction of 3 goals. If you could have scored more, so it's my job, it's my role to push them to get the best from them. I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy, because, you know, if I made 17 years career as a central defender, you know, my dream was to play striker, but no, I was not scoring because I was very bad, and the coaches, they told me to go to play as a defender. I did a good career at the back, but I know how it's difficult to score. I know, but I am here to push them. It's my role to push them to be better and better and to score more.
Phones, ESPN Africa. Coach, the first 3 games against Sundowns this season, Sundowns scored first, Pirates responded. Have the months you've had with the team since afforded you an opportunity to reflect on why the opening minutes of those games were more challenging for your team in the second half, and anything you could do to change that?
Look, I think every game has his true. Every games are different. You know, the true of yesterday will not be the true of the next 2 days. Of course, that we worked in some areas since the beginning of the season, since we faced Mamelodi Sundowns. So what I can tell you that is our team has improved a lot since we have played Mamelodi Sundowns, you know, and it's logical in the same times, because when you've been with the team for more than 4 months, it will not be realistic if we didn't notice some improvement. So yeah, the things will be different.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon.
Coach, I just want to take you back to your earlier question about FNB Stadium. We all know the special atmosphere that the fans create at Orlando, and also I think it's justifiable that the match has been moved to FNB Stadium because it's a big match, it's at night and through the week. But as a technical person, does it maybe gives you a little bit of a challenge in terms of disadvantage when we lose what you have at Orlando going to FNB Stadium? Maybe the skip can also weigh in on that.
Yeah, look, it's interesting question. For me, a field is a field as long the grass is green and respect the norm of the FIFA. If we have a good pitch, wide pitch, I think we are at home everywhere in South Africa. And for me, it's just that we played in that fantastic stadium to give the opportunity to lovers of football in South Africa to attend to such a game. I think the clubs and the league did really a good choice. But the stadium is a stadium, and I think my players as well will love to have such fans. Maybe I don't know. It will be 85,000, 95,000. It's such a joy for a professional football player to play front of such people. It's better to play front of 90,000 people instead of playing front of 1,000, because the stadium is empty and you know.
Yeah, look, I think for us as players, we would have loved, to play at the Amstel Arena. But at the end of the day, it's 11 against 11. Wherever we play, it's 11 against 11. So we take it as it comes.
This game to keep somewhat of whatever barrier that you can have on Mamelodi Sundowns going forward as the title race continues?
Yeah, look, I think on Wednesday, all will not be lost and all will not be won. It's another game of football, another 90 minutes. There's still 12 or 13 games to go, And it's not only us and Sundowns. There's still other teams behind us as well. So for us, it's just to take the game as it comes. And I don't think there's any pressure, to maybe put on ourselves. We've been doing well up until this far. So we just have to keep on going.
Good afternoon.
Sibisi, for the better part of recent seasons, we've seen a core of the final being made up by Sundowns. The position that Pirates have seemingly taken over in the last 12 months or so. You're coming head to head with Mamelodi Sundowns. People speak of experience, big match temperament. How much of that influence, having that many players in the national team for you guys, does it play in this kind of fixture?
Yeah, no, a difficult one, But I think it doesn't matter. On the day, it really doesn't matter. It's about who wants it the most and who's prepared to deliver on the day. So for us, as I've said, it's just to focus on the game, leave the other things out, and, do what we have to do.
I've got a question for both the coach and boyfriend. Coach, how are you managing the situation where you're the one sort of leading this championship race and everyone is sort of trying to catch you guys? And it's like a similar question to Abdeslam. You guys have been, for the better part, been the one sort of doing the chasing. What, if any, has changed now that you guys are sort of the ones that everyone is trying to sort of catch up with?
I think first of all you need to have a lot of humility, okay, and not to forget where we were at the beginning of the season. So when you have this humility, you appreciate to be in that position, and you keep giving efforts to stay there. And it's very important. I think my players have this humility, but to have as well this ambition, because we don't confuse that humility and not to have ambition. We have the same. We are humble. We know how much is difficult to get in that position and how much efforts, how much of commitment we had to give to reach that position. But now, like I told you, it will be a test for us to see if we have this mentality, this character, this personality to say, okay, we stay there and we hold it, and we see at the end of the season.
Look, for us, I think it's a big test of character, within the group. To say, can we do it this week in, week out, given performances, give the wins, every week. Because I don't think it only stops on Wednesday. We still have more games to play, which we have to win as well. So it's a big test of character for the group, and let's see how far we go.
We'll take the final 2 questions.
We don't have to think about what happened in 3, 4, or 1 month. We just have one vision, but we need to go step by step. It's very important to get match by match. It's very important.
Final question.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon.
Coach, throughout the season, you've managed to find a blend of cohesion between your players and your senior players. But now, when we go back to the game at Loftus, some of your younger players were under scrutiny to say, why is that such a big match? But those critics were sort of like shut with that goal by Abdeslam. But now, how do we ensure that under immense pressure, in those kind of critics, going into this game, your young players still show up and get you the desired results?
Look, it's a football game at the end. You understand? It's a football game. I always say to my players, of course, that we are giving joy to a lot of people in the world. Football it's one of it's the most popular in the world. Sometimes we're asking ourselves why this sport is loved by most of the people in every country, by many people. At the end, we are playing football. Either I bring a young or senior player, he has to enjoy playing football. At the end, it's a game. We are not saving lives. Be sure, we are not saving lives. There are people that saving lives, and they are putting a new heart. They are treating you to save you the life and to thank God to be alive. We are playing football to give happiness to people, to enjoy, to have good cohesion between us. Play, give your best. As long you play the game and you give your best, you have the sensation at the end of the game, and you go up to the coach, you check him the hand, you say, "Coach, I give my best. Even though I was not so good, but I give the best." You know what? I will hang it. I will hang my player, and I will congratulate my player because he give everything. And it's the message. Enjoy the moment. Play your game. Give joy to our fans. Try to win the game. And if at the end you sweat in your shirt and you are tired, you give everything, it's enough for me. It's the most important.